everyone, welcome back to my channel. Now I have a quick question for you. Has anyone heard of this quote before? If you give me 5 minutes of your time, I can tell you exactly what your financial future for the rest of your life looks like. Now, I know it's quite a bold statement, but if you've heard of it and if you've guessed it correctly, then yes, it was quoted by T. Harv Eker, who's also the author of the book called Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. Now in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing part 1 of the book, which strictly talks about money blueprint. So we'll find out more about what money blueprint is, why is it that everybody has a different money blueprint, and some of the key wealth principles that he discusses in this book. So if you'd like to find out more, just keep on watching. Early on in this book, Eker explains that if you want to change the fruits, then you must first change the roots. If you want to change the visible, then you must also change the invisible. He goes on to explain that there are 4 quadrants to our existence, which include physical, emotional, spiritual, and mental. My interpretation of this diagram is that sometimes we tend to focus way too much on the physical world that we live in and all the physical materialistic things that we surround ourselves with, that we tend to forget the invisible planes of our existence that can truly strengthen us from inside out. Now, Eker also teaches us a very important formula, which goes like, it's called the process of manifestation, which goes like this. So it starts with the T, so the T stands for thoughts, which then leads to feelings, and then F, feelings, leads you to take actions, which then, equals in results. So it goes like from T to F to A, which equals results. So your financial or money blueprint consists of a combination of your thoughts, feelings, habits, actions in the arena of money. That's what it is. So how is your money blueprint formed? Your financial blueprint consists mostly of what you've learned in the past, especially as a child. So here's another question. Where do thoughts come from? Why is it that your thought is different from mine and from somebody else? Eker says it's because of what he calls programming. He believes that the process of manifestation should also include programming at the beginning, which then leads to thoughts, feelings, actions, and results. At this point, I am associating what he calls programming as beliefs, values, and upbringing, because everybody has different experiences. As somebody who grew up under hardworking middle-class parents, for me, money meant scarcity. There was never enough of it. There was never enough to go around, and eventually my experiences with money and wealth changed as I grew up. So I believe that money blueprint can evolve and change over time. It's not something that you're born with or stuck with. There are 3 key aspects that shape or form how you think about money. First one is by verbal programming. So what did you hear about money and wealth and rich people when you were growing up? For example, like, have you ever heard of phrases like money is the root of all evil, save your money for a rainy day, rich people are greedy? Because I definitely heard of all of these phrases growing up. These are some really great examples of verbal programming, depending on your upbringing. Number 2 is modeling. So what did you see when you were young? So let's talk about your parents. Like, what were their money patterns and habits? And were they savers or spenders? Did you have to go to your dad for getting money, or was it your mom who took control of most of your household spending? So these are some of the questions that we should also ask ourselves and compare our own money habits to our parents. Is it similar? Is it different? If so, why. So number 3 is specific incidents. Were there any specific moment in time when you had an experience with money or wealth that made you think and feel certain ways? For example, what did you experience when you were young around money, wealth, and rich people? So for me, one of the specific memories that I have as a young child was I used to believe that our family didn't have any money because my mom would never buy me new clothes. She would always give me hand-me-downs from all of my cousins and my family members, that I used to think that we were like the poorest out of all family members. So that was my specific money, wealth incident that I still remember to this day. Later on, I discovered that it wasn't actually true, but that's another story for another time. I like the analogy that he used about thermostat. The only way to permanently change the temperature in a room is to reset the thermostat. In the same way, the only way you can permanently change your financial success is to reset your financial thermostat. It's important to change your mindset because your income can only grow to the extent that you grow. Unless, you win lottery tickets or have really big inheritance. Then we come to the end of part 1 of the book with the following action item. In order for us to make truly meaningful changes that we desire, then we have to become aware of them. So you need to watch your thoughts, your feelings, your habits, your actions, and even your inactions. What I decided to do was start writing a journal for the next 10 days in order to write down all these feelings and thoughts and beliefs that I have about money and wealth. Now, I strongly encourage anybody who's made it this far in the video to take the same action and see what you come up with. You'll be amazed by the things and thoughts and habits that you will come to notice that you've never even thought of. And it was a true surprise for me as well. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me today for this book review. And I'll cover part 2 of the secrets of the Millionaire Mind in my next video. Let me know if you have any specific questions or if you'd like to see more book reviews like this. So until then.